For those of us who absolutely love to add a little bit of a luxury touch to our spaces, it can feel as though it is out of reach, especially at the holidays. But today I'm going to prove that if you want to add a touch of luxury to each one of your holiday rooms, it's going to be budget friendly, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be classic and elegant and modern and sophisticated and all the things that we want our spaces to be at the holidays. I'm going to share with you simple and easy ways that are also budget friendly to be able to very quickly transform your rooms and get them ready for holiday relaxing, which is what this room is for in our home, but also for entertaining. You're going to love these. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's jump in. I've got a lot to share with you today. Step number one is to make sure that in your space you have a really cozy yet luxe rug. So in this room, I have a beautiful shag rug. I actually found this one at Target, but there's a very similar one available on Amazon. It doesn't have to be super expensive. I really do love the lighter color. I think it just adds a feeling of luxury and yet coziness. You could also go with something that has a little bit more of a silky feel. One of my favorite places to go when I'm trying to save money and I want to add luxe is Amazon. I have an entire board over on Amazon of rugs that I have purchased, checked out, and given the seal of, the designer seal of approval. There are quite a few, and I've got several of them in my own home. I've used them in my clients' homes, but laying down a rug is the foundation of the space, and it will really set the stage for how the rest of the room comes together. So don't underestimate the power of the rug. It's not going to be a surprise to any of my regulars that I like to add a little touch of velvet. You guys know I love a touch of velvet. I love adding some beautiful velvet cushions to get me started. This year I've also added in a little bit more of geometric patterns. So I've gone for something that's a little bit bold, black and white. You could go with the houndstooth, you could go with the plaid. But for me in this space, these pillows are just killer. I found them on H&M. They're super affordable, and if you don't want to do a black and white theme, although I do suggest that it does give a very beautiful touch of elegance, they do sell them in other colors. So when you add to that bold geometric pattern a bit of velvet, it adds this drama and then this feeling of luxe. What I love is that it's not just the way it looks, it's also about how it feels, because we are going to be cuddling in here and watching all kinds of Christmas movies with our kids. This is our hangout room. It's the coziest room in our entire house. So I want the pillows to be something we can actually lay on. So those beautiful velvet pillows are from Amazon, and they are super affordable. Like, they're even like $10 a piece. I mean, they're outrageous. I buy the inserts off of Amazon as well, and it's just so easy to just relax in the space. Now, I took velvet a little bit further this year, and I also added it in with curtains. You can kind of see it behind me. And when we were putting them up, I was like, oh, this looks so good. And we were thinking about repainting the room to white, and now that I see the black curtains up, I'm like, oh, this is it. I love it. Adding the black velvet curtains has added this warmth. It makes it feel so elegant and sophisticated in here, and they are inexpensive finds on Amazon. I love it. I love it. So they come in all sorts of colors. I have them right now in other rooms of my house in their, I think it's called cream. I will link it very specifically up in the description box for you, along with all the other links for today. But I'll make sure I say, I think it's ivory. I can't remember. I will look up my order and make sure I give you the exact color, and I'll link it down below for you. But I have bought these in navy blue. I've bought them in like a beige color. They come in caramel. You could go for green, would be really pretty, or if you love red, you could take all these tips and just do a theme with all red. Oh, I mean, when is that not popular, right? At the holidays, you guys know that my color palette is something that I really, really believe in. And for me, one of my favorite ways to add luxury at the holidays is to use a color palette that goes with the room that you already have. So that's a really good way of saving yourself a ton of money because you're not switching every single thing out in the room. I used to try to do that, and it was just so expensive to try to change out the curtains and the pillows and every single thing in the room. I would change out every decor piece, everything. So instead of doing that, I try to go with a color palette that will go with pretty much most of the things in the room and then add a few key pieces that bring that festive feeling in. I am so excited to take just a moment and thank our video sponsor for today, which is Caraway. This has been one of the best things to come into my life in 2023. For quite some time, I had stopped buying non-stick cookware and bakeware because I was terrified of what kind of chemicals were leaching into our food. This cookware has been absolutely incredible because it is non-stick and it is non-toxic. And if you ask me, I don't think you're gonna find prettier cookware anywhere. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Every time somebody is over here, they're like, what is that? And I'm like, let me tell you about this. So I have absolutely loved using this. I make my oatmeal in it. We use the frying pans for dinner every single day. We use this cookware every single day. One of the things I've been loving lately is to use this as a simmering pot, and I just put some apple cider in here, and then I add in some mulling spices, and then whatever fruit I have, like if I just want to slice a little bit of apple or maybe some cranberries and maybe a lemon, whatever I've got, I'll just throw some things in here and leave it simmering. Well, the great thing about this is that it's non-stick, so it's really easy to wash up when you're finished. It's absolutely gorgeous. It looks great just sitting on the stove top, but the cleanup is just a breeze. And if you've spent some serious time like I have trying to scrub down your cookware, you will know this is one of the best things ever. So this is the best time of year to be shopping for your cookware, whether you're gonna be buying for yourself or buying for a friend or loved one. If someone you know is a baker, buy them the bakeware set. I love this thing, it's so good. It comes with this amazing organizer. My most used pan out of this one is my brownie. You can bake all sorts of things in this, but this in our house is the brownie baking pan. We use it all the time. We just absolutely love it. You've got the gorgeous loaf pan. So anybody that loves to bake, that's me. They will absolutely love this. Well, if they're like me, they're gonna like both because I like the cookware as well. It's just amazing. You really just will love it. So right now, if you click my link down below in the show notes or go to caraway.com/Valentina November, that link is going to get you up to 20% off site-wide. So thank you again to Caraway for being our video sponsor. And now back to some more luxury tips. Speaking of the color palette, the other thing that I've done is that I've used that color palette with the ornaments. That really helps me as well because I really love a neutral palette. So I'm able to pull these ornaments out every single year. When we first moved back 7 years ago, we had our first Christmas in this house. We didn't have hardly anything to even decorate with. My mom let us borrow one of her trees, and then a friend of ours also let us borrow another tree. I mean, we didn't have our own tree, I think, for at least 3 Christmases. So when we finally saved up, we bought an absolutely gorgeous Christmas tree. This one is one of my favorites because it looks so real. It's unbelievable. So I would suggest that save money as long as you can and invest in a tree that you're gonna love for the rest of your life. Again, I'll leave it linked up for you. I have this one from a place called Terrain, but I also have another one that's very similar from Amazon. I'll link them both up for you. They have a very similar feel to them and they are breathtaking. You could also add some twinkle lights to the tree. I had Jack do that because then they kind of shimmer when it gets dark, and it's just those extra little touches. They don't have to be expensive. Again, I think not everything I own is from Amazon, but those lights are from Amazon as well. And many of the ornaments that I've used are from Amazon, or I bought them at places. I didn't find any at Target. I have found a lot at Home Goods, but I didn't see any when I went last time. So I'll leave the ones that I purchased off of Amazon linked up down below for you. And you can always check out my Amazon storefront. I have a category there in the idea list that is only Christmas decor. And then if you really want to see all of the brands, go to my LTK. It's this amazing app. You can download it on your phone or just access it on your computer with the desktop. And you can go there and shop, or just go for inspiration, because I've got everything there and you're able just to look through the lists. And if you want to shop, the links are there. And if you're just there for inspo, it's just waiting for you. An easy way to add a festive feeling to the space is to add a couple of the vases that maybe you already own. I've got a couple sets of these cylinder vases, again, off of Amazon. I'm telling you, when you're trying to save money, Amazon is amazing. These were almost impossible to find. I've been looking for a cylinder set, like the cylinder vase set like that, on Amazon for about 2 years. They come in black and they come in white, and I bought a couple sets in each color because I love them. So you'll use them all year round. So it's definitely going to save you money in the long run. I love to add some festive little stems in there. It just makes it feel so festive. And you could always, if you've got some branches from the yard or you want to buy fresh flowers, you can. But I do think that the stems are nice because you can pull them out year after year. And even though it's a little bit of an investment up front, they last you the whole season. So ultimately it is more budget friendly. So yeah, I think it can really be amazing. The other thing I did in here is that I took my marble bowls. You guys know I love these marble bowls. I've got some from CB2 and also from Amazon, but loading them up with some of the extra ornaments just looks super festive, adds a little bit of the sparkle from the tree onto the table. Same with that greenery. A little bit of greenery in the center of the room helps the whole room start to really feel cohesive. I've also added a little touch of greenery over the pictures because those are just these really great little swags and they look great right on top of the picture. So just kind of spreading out the green around the room and a little bit of the ornaments as well. And so it just starts to help the whole space just feel super cohesive. Another thing I forgot to tell you about when we were talking about the pillows was the sofa. Hello, I forgot to mention the fur. That is one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I literally sit with this every single morning. We cuddle on the couch with our youngest before he goes to school, and I am always cold, and this blanket is amazing. Now this one's a little bit more expensive from Pottery Barn. It's definitely not the most expensive blanket out there. Trust me, if you go to these designer sites, blankets like these can cost a small fortune. Pottery Barn is still up there, but I will say I've got another link I'll leave for you for something similar off of Amazon, and you can pick and choose how much you want to invest. I will say both are absolutely amazing. I just fell in love with this particular colorway. It has like just the right amount of beige in it, and it really just warms up my palette. So the other one on Amazon, I've got the black and white one. I've ordered all the brown ones. They're all gorgeous. So get one that goes with your decor and cuddle with it because it's gonna feel luxe and look amazing, and you're gonna absolutely love it. Another thing I added to my coffee table is actually some shagreen boxes. You guys have seen me talk about these boxes all the time, all year round. I mean, are you sick of it yet? I am not sick of them. I love them. Those are another Amazon find, and they are amazing. I have the boxes and I have the trays. You can't go wrong. So it's really great because you're gonna use them all year round, and that is gonna save you a ton of money, right? Things that you can use in your home all year round mean you're really gonna get your money's worth. These are awesome because you can add them to the coffee table, put the remote in there, and maybe some extra treats that you might wanna have for when you're watching movies. If you're applying these ideas to a cuddling space, but you could also use those in a more formal space. You could have the little candle snuffers, and that kind of stuff is in ours, and I just think that it's just really nice to have those, and they just look so elegant, but then they're super affordable. I absolutely love these little orbs. I've got them sitting right here by my feet, and I absolutely love these. I well, they sell them on CB2, but they are a little, well, they're like 3 times the price, but they sell them on Amazon. And right now they're still in stock. So check them out on Amazon. I'm gonna leave the links. They come in like 10-inch and 12-inch, and they did sell out last year, but they seem to be in stock still, even though I know a bunch of people have bought them. Somebody at the manufacturing site went, "Everybody wants Orbs. Yes, it's our moment. Make more." So there's been lots in stock. Check them out. I think that this is the best value for sure. They don't have a flat bottom on them. If you really want the flat bottom, you will need to go with the CB2 ones, but for these, they look great, and they just add that shimmer and that little bit of, like, I don't know, it's like this elegance and a little bit of glamour, and it's a little bit of fun. It's just something a little bit unexpected. And so I've got them in the gold and the silver, and chef's kiss. They look amazing when you add them. They look amazing no matter what room you add them to. A little hack that I like to do is I love to add candles to my room, but I do love a beautiful fragrance. So this year I've added in the Mercury Glass Hurricane. You guys saw me buy that on West Elm recently, and you could just put a pillar candle inside of it, but you could also add a fragranced one, that winter candle from the White Company. OMG. It is the best scented candle. It is their #1 selling item for like the entire year. And I'm pretty sure I'm a big help in that number because I buy it in bulk. I've got at least 10 forms of it. They have them in the pillars with the little like dried stuff inside of them. They come in really big, like 3-wick. You can buy the smaller ones. It will make your house smell like absolute heaven. It's called Winter and it is amazing. But the one that I have is a little bit, the one I have for this room is a little bit on the smaller side, but it fits perfectly inside of the Hurricane. Instead of having the little one sitting out, I stick it inside of the Hurricane. So the room smells amazing. There's all that gorgeous glow. I pair it up with the spheres that are a little bit rustic. I like that look. I think a classic yet modern feel is what I'm always going for. And this year I've done a lot of natural elements with these sort of shimmery, glossy kind of finishes. So I added in some pine cones into my moss-filled bowls. I went out actually and I foraged in my own yard. We actually happen to have a pine tree that gives us those huge pine cones. And so I just went out and gathered a few and added them into my bowl. You could of course buy a set off of Amazon, or maybe like Michael's might have them. But I do think Amazon's a great source if you want some real ones. But either way, I do think that the combination of that candle, that fragrance, a mix of materials really just is gonna make every room feel so luxe. But I mean, pine cones were free, so that's really helpful. You might just want to forage out in your yard and see what you can find. You'd be surprised what you might actually have and what you can get for free. One of the things I love to do in my spaces where I don't have a fireplace, but I want to add that gorgeous ambiance to the space. If I have a TV in there, one of my favorite things to do is to add the fire going. I go to YouTube, I just type in fireplace, and you get this beautiful fire that can be burning on the wall, but not actually burning the wall, right? It just looks so elegant and really just, when we walk from room to room, it's just ambient and just really beautiful. So I really love to add that. I've got the frame TV and I love the way it just hangs on the wall and looks like a picture. I did the picture frame also, and I'll leave all the ingredients down below for you. But I do think that no matter what TV you have, having that fire going just immediately makes the space feel cozy and elegant, and you can just play it for free. So that is really nice. Once the season has started, the final thing that well, that may actually be the first thing we do. It is the first thing. I should have started with this one. The #1 thing we do before we do any decorating is that we turn on the music. So I have to use royalty-free music on my videos here on YouTube. However, I will link up my Spotify playlist because I love the Christmas classics, and that's what we normally have playing in our house. So I'll leave a link for that down below. I'll also leave the links for all the items I shared in today's video. Also, if you want to go to my LTK, I've got that linked up as well. So that way, if you want to kind of go to one-stop shopping, it's all there. Clearly, your girl does not need more coffee because I'm on a high. It's a holiday high, not drug-induced. Let's clarify that. I just love this time of year, and I love the fact that you can do so much with so little, and that there's so many affordable ways to create this beautiful, luxurious, yet classic and modern and elegant and sophisticated style. I just get so excited about it. So thank you for popping in. I can't wait to show you the next room. We're all just like, more to come. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out. And thank you again for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Bye.